Welcome to What's Cooking Show, everyone. I'm your host, Chef Jason Hugave, Steamboat Warehouse, Washington, Louisiana.
And I'm Crystal Landry here from Steamboat as well. Today we have two local events coming up, and we're going to be cooking a catfish dish to kind of promote that. So y'all join us back for What's Cooking.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We are here talking about some festivals nearby, and we'll be cooking you a great catfish dish that we've been running here for the last 2 weeks of Lent. Tell them a little bit about the main event that we're looking forward to.
So here in Washington, Saturday, March 25th, we are going to have our second annual Washington Community Festival. We have great events for it. We have a car show, we have vendor booths, food. They're going to be serving food, drinks. We also have a catfish cook-off. We're real excited about. That's why we're kind of
live music.
Yes, that's why we're kind of doing the catfish today. Live music. So from 10 a.m. to noon, we're going to have Chubby Carrier. 1 to 3, we're going to have Mr. Don Fontenot.
Mr. Don.
Yep. 4 to 6, Shotgun Lily, and 7 to 9, Travis Mott. Last year was our first year having it back here in town, and it was such a big hit. Everyone was so excited.
So I'll elaborate a little bit on that. So what some people don't realize is this festival, which was always called the Catfish Festival, was actually downtown for so many years, and the whole town came, and everybody was involved, the whole town. And years ago, it was moved to where the campground is now in Washington.
Ponderosa.
And it drew a crowd, but it was mostly people from Texas and Houston, and not necessarily the townspeople anymore.
Right.
So last year was as you say, second annual. It's far from the second annual. So last year was the first year we actually brought it all back to downtown, and it was probably bigger than it ever was before. And there's vendors all down Main Street, you know, people of all ages, kids, adults, and there's something for everybody, and a little friendly cook-off competition to go with it, which is always catfish. So today, we're gonna do a catfish dish. And this is gonna be a very simple dish, but the reason why we chose this dish is because this is some spotted cat. This is not blue cat, it's not yellow cat. It's just a different species of catfish.
Right.
But it's so clean, mild. It doesn't have, typically catfish can have sort of a muddy off flavor. And this fish is nothing like that. And we have done this dish for, well, actually the fish in a different way.
Right.
We served it grilled with jumbo lump crab meat on top, and it was a really big hit. We've had some people say it's the best dish they ever ate over here, which is kind of mind-blowing because it's catfish.
Right.
But it works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this catfish. So for this dish, you need any kind of fish fry you would like to use at home. Today we bought Louisiana, and of course you need this catfish, which can be found at Sebastian's Seafood Market, which is the old West End Seafood in Opelousas, next to Mesh's Supermarket. We're gonna have some Steamboat seasoning to go on that, and we have a couple of lemons to serve alongside of it when it's done. And I like to put a little mustard. I know a lot of people do too, so we're gonna throw that down together. So take my fish fry, and I want to dump this one in here. So we got 3 of these little packs with a pound, or 10 ounce, okay. So you can see this fish, this how pretty it is. I'm gonna cut it into some little strips.
So while Jason is doing that, I want to say all of these ingredients, maybe not spotted cat, but you can find catfish at your local Piggly Wiggly.
Oh yeah.
Cash Saver. 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive. Go by and see them. Tell them we sent you.
Yes. Actually, I went there yesterday. Poor Joey. I used to go to Joey's store just to go mess with him. but I had to go yesterday to get some ingredients for peach cobbler, which we had a big party last night over here for the Louisiana Land Bank. But I want to mention while we're seasoning this up, this steamboat seasoning you can use very liberally because it's not too salty and it's also not too spicy. So I like to use this, and if I feel I need to add a little more salt, I can add it.
Or spice.
If you want, some people out there, like Joey always did, got to be more spice. You can add spice to it, but some of these all-purpose seasonings, you got to be careful how much you season it because it's too much salt or
too much of something,
yeah.
right?
So we're gonna throw our little catfish in there. Just kind of get them evenly coated. This fish you can serve so many different ways, and it sells really well. I've grilled it. Actually, a couple of times I actually pan fried it, real lightly coated, and it was excellent. So, all right, let's check our grease, make sure we're good.
Oh,
yeah.
You good.
So we're gonna drop them in. This little electric fryer, man, it took us a little while to figure it out because first time we used it, it was on the show. And I set the thermostat to 350, and when we dropped our ingredients in there, it was just not hot. And so what I did was read the directions, which is probably what I should have done on the get-go. And it said, crank it all the way to 400 or it won't fry. Mm-hmm. So, learned a lesson. So, we're just gonna let this fry up real nice. And we're gonna serve it today with our house-made tartar sauce that we make here 2-3 times a week. And the remoulade sauce is an accompaniment for a very special surprise at the end of the show,
yeah,
or towards the end. And you want to stay tuned for this one because
yes,
it's going to be pretty fun. I enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's one of those things you have to remove the image out of your mind of where it comes from and just be a soldier and try it.
Oh my gosh.
Matter of fact, first time I got some and put it on the menu, every employee in here on Friday night tried it. All the women, all the men.
Yep.
And all of them said, man, it's really delicious.
Yep.
There's only 2 of the ladies that said, it's good, but I don't know if I get this image in my head. So, but they all said it was good.
It was good.
It's one of those dishes that you just gotta say, look, just expand your mind, be open-minded and try it. And we'll
just do it.
We'll tell you more about that in the end of the show. So stay tuned for more What's Cooking. Welcome back to the What's Cooking show, everyone. We have our fish that's been frying off camera, so it's about ready to take them out. And you don't want them too dark, but you also want them crispy. So I like to let them go just a little longer than normal. So, all right, take that out. Now I want to show y'all what it looks on the inside. Just beautiful, clean, crispy, white, flaky. Just catch that. Now, so on to the next dish. This is our catfish dish. I wish y'all could all try this at home because it's just a clean flavor. But
go visit them at Sebastian's. Tell them we
yeah,
sent you, and they'll hook you up with some.
And I'll be honest with you, all you gotta do is walk in and ask for Miss Sharon or Carrie, and just tell them you want some spotted cat fillets, and they will fillet it right there in front of you.
Right there, so fresh. Everything
boom.
over there is so fresh.
Everything. We get scallops from there. They have live crabs certain times a year, but they have crabs. They have gumbo crabs. They have shrimp, frog legs, turtle meat. If you want turtle meat for a sauce piquant or anything,
gosh, and it's good.
She's probably the only place you're gonna find it.
Yeah.
Now, one thing you will not get at Sebastian's
All right.
Seafood
Here it goes. Drum roll.
is these beautiful Rocky Mountain oysters. So, as you see these right here, these have already been prepared. And yes, it is bull testicles, but it's delicious. It's like the chicken nugget of beef.
Okay, I've never
Yes.
heard it.
So,
Okay.
this is what you get. I get these from Dr. Radasta, Fred Radasta. He has his veterinarian go and they'll castrate 30, 40 calves at a time, and he just lets me have it. So you want to take your knife, and there's 2 membranes you want to go through. This feels tough at first, but once you get to that membrane, and you flip it, and so what you do here is you put your thumb underneath and separate it from the membrane. And it's easier said than done, but just run your thumb all the way through it. That way it comes off and doesn't rip. It'll come off in one piece, as you see. Same with this one. Just run your thumb underneath. Very simple.
We've had when he said he was going to put this on the menu, I was like, are you crazy? That is not going to sell. No one's going to buy that. They're
I
going to
actually
think
thought I was
we're
crazy, too.
nuts.
But-
So many things ran through my brain, and we sold out, and people are asking, please, like,
When are y'all gonna
we
do
haven't
this
had
again?
this in forever. It brings back memories of my childhood, all kind of stuff, and please put it back on the menu. So we're like, okay, maybe he's not crazy.
So I actually did not think it would really sell that well, but we sold out. And like she said, I go to Ardowan's grocery next door.
Yes.
And all of them were like, man, I missed them. Now, how many people said, man, I grew up on those? I was actually fishing in my pond down the road with a buddy who said, man, if you ever get some more, please let me know. I was raised on them chicken nuggets. I said, okay.
So is that where you got that from?
Yeah. So, I'm gonna put our little fish right here. We're gonna put, just for garnish, because you gotta have some lemon on there. I like to squeeze it right on top of my fish, but
It just makes it pop, that
That's
lemon.
and like I said, if you don't want it this dark, you don't have to fry it as long as me, but I like it crunchy.
Yes.
So there you have our first dish, spotted cat. Now, what I like to do is take these and cut them in half. There's recipes online where they fry them whole, and that's fine. I just think a bite-sized piece is plenty enough. So just carefully. They're very, very tender. It's kind of like sweetbreads. I guess I would, compare it to. But again, this is another item that I like. You have to eat it crispy.
Yeah.
The first time I ate it, I'm not gonna say who, but it was not prepared correctly, and all the batter was falling off, and it wasn't very enjoyable. But when I got these my first time, I got them to the restaurant, I fried them, coated them very well, threw them in some hot grease, and they just came out, if they're crispy, like a potato chip.
So most of the ingredients we are using here, of course, not these Rocky Mountain oysters, can be found at your local Piggly Wiggly or Cash Saver, 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive. Go by and see them. Ask them for the fish. Ask them. They have tartar sauce. They have lemon. They have everything. You might surprise them and ask them for that, but
They do. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we'll batter these up, and then we will show you how to finish it up.
All right, y'all join us back for more What's Cooking. Welcome back, everybody, to the What's Cooking show. We have our catfish here, and then we have our little surprise that Jason prepared for y'all. So he's gonna tell us the next step in preparing these.
Okay, so once you have them cleaned and seasoned, this is what they look like. So we're gonna put these into our egg wash. Our egg wash is eggs. These are farm fresh eggs we used, some buttermilk, and a little whole milk just to kind of thin it out a little bit.
So same fish fry that he used
This
for the catfish.
This you could use flour.
Right.
You could use fish fry. You could use chicken fry. It just depends on what I have
Whatever
on
your
hand or what I
preference, yeah.
prefer doing the day of. There's no right or wrong, obviously.
Really, however you like your batter. Some people like more crunchy. I think you get that more crunchier
Yeah. 'Cause
feel from the fish fry.
fish fry has more like cornmeal in it.
Cornmeal.
It gives you that crisp. And I know people who don't like a crispy fish fry because if it's too much cornmeal, they find it too gritty and they don't like it.
Right.
Another, to say it again, use what you like.
Yep.
Straight white flour, straight corn flour will work. Any kind of chicken fry.
Yep.
All right, let's put these little babies in here.
Nuggets.
Chicken nuggets coming right up. We'll have to get Matt to try some before he leaves. Matt's just smiling like, not too sure, bro. I was the same way. First time I tried it, somebody was frying them, I said, I don't know.
Yep.
Not too sure about it. And then I said, gotta have open mind. And
Well, I put my foot in my mouth because I was like, I'll always try anything once. And then he brought these back, and I'm like, but I did. I tried them, and I do like them. So
they are delicious.
So while that's frying up, let me touch again real quick on the Washington Community Festival, Saturday, March 25th. Like I said, we have tons of fun activities. It's kid-friendly, live music, car shows. I think that's probably one of our favorite things.
Yes. You might see my Bronco over there.
Yes, it's finally done. We do have another event coming up in Eunice. It's the 36th annual, let me make sure I'm saying that right, yes, World Championship A2FA Festival. They're gonna have a cook-off as well. Same thing as the community festival, some fun things to do. And we will have a guest next week, Drake Aguilar. He's gonna be coming, cooking, promoting the festival. So y'all tune in for that.
That will air next Wednesday.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. And
So if you wanna enter into the catfish cook-off.
cool. Little nuggets.
We're still accepting vendors. We're accepting participants to cook.
Contact the Washington Town Hall if you want to enter or if you want any other information. That's where they're trying to get everybody to go do their entries.
Right.
We prefer that everyone enters beforehand, before the day
Pre-register.
of. So if you can do that, that'd be great. It makes for a more organized morning.
Right. But we do have registration available the day of the festival.
Now, so as you can see, they look similar to chicken nuggets, but you can also say they look almost like an oyster.
Yeah.
So, tell you how they taste. They're hot.
Well, yeah.
Eat one, so everybody knows you're
I will.
not lying.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't want to burn my mouth.
It's good. You know what else? This would be good in. They make that Oak Grove
That's
spicy chicken fry, and that.
What you fried them in last time? Fish fry?
Yeah, not this fish fry. It was
Because this
different
is, I think these are better.
But
They're
okay,
good.
so be careful when you're buying fish fries that are already prepared ahead of time, because if you put too much seasoning, it may be salty,
Right.
which I probably shouldn't have put that much of this, because you know they always say it's always a seasoned fish fry. So
Right.
maybe try something next time or whatever. So, but it's delicious. So let's go ahead and plate. I'm gonna put our little sauce that we're gonna, our dipping sauce for this dish is going to be our house-made remoulade sauce, which is very similar to a New Orleans style remoulade. Our only difference is we don't put horseradish in it. Every now and then we'll do a special with a different sauce, and we'll put a little horseradish in the remoulade, which I like a little bit. But today, that's the one we serve with our side saddle angels, our crab cakes, and all that stuff.
Oh,
So-
we serve it as a salad dressing. Some people come and get it and
Yeah.
put it on their salad. It's very good. So
Or they ask for that Black Forest tenders,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is not, it
Yes.
doesn't go with. So, okay. Live music will be 10 a.m. Chubby Carrier, which is a big name.
Yeah.
We actually have a signed, framed picture of Chubby Carrier in the restaurant.
we sure do.
I don't know where that came from. I think Mr. Frankie got that, but he will be there. I think he's one. Well, I mean, I say that because I don't know for sure. But Don Fontenot, 1 to 3, that's Dustin, our employee. That's
Yeah.
his father.
Yes.
And he plays around all the local festivals, and he has a nice old school Cajun band. And
A good
I wanna say
following.
they sing in French, right? I think.
I think sometimes they do.
Shotgun Lily from 4 to 6. Everybody knows Shotgun Lily. It's a good band from the area. Travis Mott is another big name. That's 7 to 9. So you basically have from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., you almost have 12 hours of,
Live
Like-
music.
and if you can't find something to do in them 12 hours or 11 hours, then maybe it's not
Hey,
for
and you can always come see us in between. We'll be open. You know, we open at 5, so
Right,
get
so you got
bored,
time to eat
hungry,
dinner and go back, and
come
you
meet
want
us.
to, get some AC, take your load off your feet, you can do that. And
Right.
Come check us out. But 25th.
Yes.
Okay, so-
Saturday, March 25th. And then the Eunice Festival is the day after, on Sunday. So,
Well, good deal. So y'all
Yep.
try to check one of those events out. We'll have more information on the Eunice Festival next week.
next week with Drake.
Until then, stay tuned for more What's Cooking.